All right, guys. D-backs win total is over 75.5. The people that left pitchers: Ian Kennedy, Humberto Castellanos, Caleb Smith, Tyler Gilbert. Position players: Sergio Alcantara, Jordan Luplow, and Dalton Varsho. They traded for Gabriel Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel, and also traded for Kyle Lewis, the 2020 Rookie of the Year from Seattle. Free agency re-signings: Miguel Castro, Evan Longoria, and Zach Davies. Coaching changes: Luis Urieta is now with the Marlins and held the title of Major League Player Development Instruction. This will be filled by a few different guys, bringing in a Reds assistant coach, Rolando Valles, and some in-house people to be moved up. Under the radar minor league signings: Jeurys Familia. Connor Mack, what grade you giving these D-backs and why?
I gave him a B. I give him a B minus here. It's still, to me, it always comes down to the pitching in Arizona. And we'll see how it can work out and in that ballpark and what happens. But I like Moreno, Gurriel. They got, I don't know how much he can do. Maybe he's got a couple years left with Longoria. Their team total, though, I don't think I'm going to get involved in this, but at 73, 74 and a half, I think it's about right there. I wouldn't make a bet on it. They could surprise and maybe get over this number. But yeah, I thought they did all right for the D-backs.
Hey, so did CBS Sports, but I'll get into that when it's my time. Chris, what grade did you give these guys?
B plus. I really, really, it's not something where like I'm going to the mountaintop and screaming how wonderful or fantastic that they did. But, also the fact that they're still saddled with Bumgarner's massive salary and, probably at this point aren't willing to go into luxury tax. I think that they made the most of the opportunities that they had. And, I'm really excited to watch Corbin Carroll this year. Certainly, I mean, he's probably going to start from opening day. I'm sure going to have a lot of hype around him. And, I totally hear what Connor was saying about the pitching. I don't know how many more years Mad Bum has left to even be effective. Obviously he was never really a strikeout pitcher to begin with, but strikeouts have completely fallen off the table. I'm not sure how many years he even has left as like a number 3 starter, but overall, when you do have Gallen and Kelly, and you do have just at least one team in the division in Colorado that's very, very beatable on any night. I like the over here. I actually like them to win about 80. And I think the other thing I think is that they probably will still be at least somewhat in contention for postseason by the time the trade deadline rolls around. And so then they'll be buyers, not sellers. So, when teams effectively decide to tank at the end of the season or play a bunch of young guys. So I think that they'll still be somewhat involved. And like I said, I like right around 80. And, with another good offseason, you could be looking at a really, really good team out in Arizona.
CBS Sports gave him a B plus, and I gave him a C. I guess I'm the only hater of these D-backs, guys. The only thing I like them doing really is trading for Moreno, but he still hasn't shown any capability really in the major leagues. He's done all his damage in the minors. So trading for Kyle Lewis should be a big addition if he could stay on the damn field. I mean, like Vince Scully says, the best availability is availability. So you got to be there, bud. And they only got 2 capable starters going into the season, and Gallen and Kelly. Their bullpen they didn't address, and this team just doesn't spend money, bro. And when they do, they spend it the wrong way. They do got a young kid who will contend for Rookie of the Year. They brought up last year, but I just think it's gonna be more just flashy funness. Watch them steal some bases. Blah blah. I can't bet them. I think their win total is about right. With a lean to the under personally.
But Rockies, I like what you mentioned real quick with Carroll. I think he's good. Lawler at short. I think they got some, and we'll see what Moreno, can do.
I like Marte too, year. Though. I mean, they've got some young guys, bro. They got, but their rotation is iffy to me, other than Gallen and Kelly,
and the pen,
and their pin. It's just like, ugh. So we'll see, though. If they are, like Chris says, if they're in contention, then they're going to be buyers. I mean, well, who wouldn't be? I think this is the year that the Dodgers technically took off. And it'd be surprisingly who's going to be fighting for what come trade deadline in this division.